fucking new year, ladies and gentlemen. Cheers, Ava Ray.
Oh, cheers, darling. Cheers for Tina Talia.
Thank you, darling. It is our show, Wow, Okay, and this is the show where we talk about anything and everything that makes you say, wow, okay. We are doing our
New Year's Eve, darling.
The end of 2019, guys. How do you feel, huh?
Ooh, I'm ready for it to be over. I'm ready for this new decade, 2020, come through.
Yes, darling. It's been a long one, huh? 2019 felt long to me.
It felt long to me, too.
Long relationships, long jobs, long all types of shit. Like, I feel like this was a long year of damn! Again? I had a lot of wow, okay.
Yes. All right. What's your biggest wow, okay of 2019?
Relationships.
Ooh, okay, yes. Please enlighten us.
Which
also, by the way, everyone, that will also be our topic for this evening is relationships.
That is right.
But we're just starting off with a little New Year's Eve talk, a little end of the year talk.
I'm hot because I've gotten my mother's handy-down fox fur. I'm afraid to wear it because I don't want PETA to come after me because this is real, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, I'm allergic to it because it's a real fox, and I don't think foxes and my sinuses go together. I was on a plane like a fly-ass sick bitch.
No, but PETA shouldn't get mad because, it's not like you went out and bought it. It got killed. Someone bought it, and then it got passed down to you. So if anything, you just recycling. They should be happy.
It's old. I don't even think they make. Do they make real furs?
I don't know.
After PETA, I feel like most places do fake furs now. You see all this shit floating around. It's like I brought a real fox with me.
And yes, we in LA, but you looking fierce, so it don't matter.
It was 44 degrees last night, so it was okay. But relationships was my biggest wild okay this year. I felt like, I don't know, is it over? Is it over being a regular woman? Like when you just be like, oh, I just want to be nice to him, cook for him.
Treat him with love and respect.
Yeah, and be like pretty all the time. Maybe suck his dick and shit, but he's still crazy? Like how? What? Huh? Like I don't know what to do. Like what is this? And now it's like everyone moves so fast. I feel like, you get one issue in a relationship. People are like, fuck that. I'm swiping left now. I'm already on it to the next group of bitches. And it's like, you get on dating apps and everybody's in an open relationship. Everybody's in polyamorous relationships. Or guys are bisexual. Women are bisexual. They transit.
Right. Like, they in a relationship and they looking for a third.
So you could connect with somebody and be having a whole kiki conversation and then didn't read their profile like me. And then find out that he already taken. He's just trying to find some other shit to do to bring along with him and his already
so true
year-long boo. So I think, what do you think? Like, do you think that moving into 2020, you have to be a lot more open with relationships and more prepared for the fact that love is very open now, whether it's an open relationship or not? You have to be open to the fact that you could be dating a guy that used to be a girl or vice versa.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think like a transgender. I mean, I'm definitely open for that. Like whoever I connect with, if it's a male or female, or someone who identifies as a male or female, or is going through transitioning or already went through it, I fall in love with the person for who they are. Like that should, if I find a guy who used to be a girl, as long as they're open and they communicate with me, then I'm fine. But then for me, what I had to change my mindset with was just all these new words. Like, you have the polyamorous and the sapiosexual and all these. If you get on a dating app now, you got to Google all these words. What people.
Oh my God, you be swiping on somebody, you can't even just be like he cute and be regular as dating. You got to be like, he a homosexual?
Yeah, you got to be like sexual. Yeah.
Google or Siri, tell me what is a sexual a sandtractor cracker. You like he's a trans dinosaur Rex.
I know, right? I feel like even just transgender is old. Like it could be it now. Right. It literally is just all these other things that you just and even sapiosexual.
It's too much, and I think that's why a lot of times it gets like for me and for most people, you tap out. You go on a few dates and be like, I'm done, like real quick. You like, bitch, it's been 2 days. In 2 days, you'll be like, I can't even. It just I don't know how other people feel, but I miss the old. Meeting someone, being intrigued, butterflies, going back and forth, talking, getting to know them, and not necessarily thinking in the back of your head, like, is he really single?
Right.
Is he married? Is this just a game? Is this actually a man? Like, you don't necessarily, like, it's a lot to think about now.
There's yeah, exactly. And then you can even get your head wrapped around all that, and then they still ghost you. Like, in LA, everyone in LA.
I think that's everywhere.
It is everywhere for sure, but I think that in LA, everybody, and we've talked about this before, but everyone is so on their work game that they don't put in the effort.
We talked about this in our last episode. I
We
do
did.
feel like our generation is very like busy and independent, so they do have to work more. But the thing is weird. It's like when you have companionship and you meet someone that's great, you can do better with another person. That's the thing that I don't get. Like, why don't people feel like, there's no, like, you can always expand your life with another teammate or with another person. So what is it where everyone feels like they are so self-absorbed and they get so quick? Like, what a friend of mine was like, oh, I was in the kitchen one day and I swiped across this girl and she was cute. And I read her profile and I started talking to her and we went back and forth and he was like, and then she just stopped talking to me and ghosted me. And he was like, and I was just done. And I just stopped dating.
Wait, he stopped dating like forever?
For months. Where he was just like, I just didn't feel like being on dating apps no more. And I just was like, fuck it, I'm going to get into my career because I'm just sick of that shit. I mean, the ghosting thing is becoming to the point where people have shorter attention spans.
Right. I mean, okay, so what I know definitely in 2019, I've noticed this, is that like if someone hits you up on Tinder or something like that and you don't hit them back within an hour, then they're done. Like, it's so quick. Like, but we have lives. So like if you hit me up, I might hit you back tomorrow. That's like, because I'm over here working and doing my shit. Yeah, I might not have time to get back to you. It doesn't mean that I'm not interested. It means that like it's just a day. But they're like, oh, sorry, it's been an hour. I'm over it. Like, how are you gonna be over someone in an hour? Is it just they have so many options, or like
I think that I have I had a conversation with someone about this last night. I do feel like we move faster, and I don't know that I do. And I was telling him, I was like, everybody moves fast now because of the things we've gone through. I'm not the same woman I was, not because I'm just waking up every morning like, fuck that shit, I'm just angry. You get sick and tired of certain shit.
Right.
And you get sick and tired of giving certain shit and giving your time. If you're consistently on a dating app and people keep ghosting you, after a while, you gonna move that fast too. And you're not gonna wait an hour. After a couple minutes, you like, he finna ghost me and moving on.
But I feel like if you get to that point, then you need to not be either on dating apps or you just need to just take a time out for yourself, because like, that's just unrealistic.
And that brings us to why motherfuckers don't be finding nobody to date, because everybody on a goddamn timeout. I had a friend that asked us to do this. He was like, open relationships are becoming very popular. What are your thoughts on like the mother-sister wives or something like that?
What's that? What's a mother-sister wife?
I Googled it, and basically it's like having multiple women. Like a man has 2 girlfriends.
Okay.
And one of the women might have a baby and maybe one of them doesn't. And she's almost like a live-in nanny that also fucks the guy. And it's like...
It's like polyamorous, but not because the 2 girls aren't together.
Necessarily, yeah. It's like a whole, like a family where it's like the guy has these 2, like it's...
So they're Mormon.
I don't know what Mormons
basically
do, but that to me, I just was like, I mean, I had a conversation with someone last night where I just feel like when you bring more people into one relationship, it just gets too messy.
So yeah, that's something that I had to change my mindset about. Yeah. I used to never want to date anyone in an open relationship, but now basically everyone's in an open relationship or they're polyamorous. Now I don't even know. I definitely used to be always thinking like I could definitely not be in a polyamorous relationship, but now I don't know. Maybe these are all the, like, we're getting to a time where like you actually start having to rethink your own mindsets about things, because there's so many people out there that don't wanting to have a, I guess, straight, whatever, I guess now it's called like cis whatever.
What?
It's like cisgender is like when you're straight.
Okay.
Yeah, so you've got words for everything. So if you want to have
be back to
a basic
straight, the 90s?
A basic straight monogamous relationship is so unheard of these days that it's like, well, maybe I should be dating someone who's in an open relationship. What are your experiences with this?
I've had open relationships twice, and they've all been negative. The first one I had was mature, but for me, I felt as if in the back of my mind, I'm like, there's no control over what someone's gonna feel.
Yeah, it's not the sex.
Even though
it's not the sex, like having sex with somebody. Like if let's just say I'm in an open relationship and my man is like, okay, well, I'm only going to date you, but I'm gonna fuck other women. It's not necessarily the sex, him having sex with other women that would bother me. It's like you can't control if he catches feelings or she catches feelings for him. That's what would trigger me. It's just because like I need to know that I'm special.
But
in a
it showed
specific way.
me. I learned a lot from it. It showed me that what I learned from it, from experiencing it, and that's part of the reason why I did it. You can't control what anyone's gonna do anyway.
Right.
Like even if you were in a regular relationship,
you could be cheating,
you could be cheating, right, and catch feelings, and you're like, oh my god, it's the same thing. It's just more you just get to hear about it. The only thing that I would say that was a problem for me, I can't speak for the other person, but I was never able to like be in love with them. And they would tell me they loved me all the time. And I would be like, okay. Like to me, it was just like my mind wouldn't allow me to open myself up fully because it was like, and we had it where it was so structured. He would be like, Wednesdays and this days are the days and I'm going to fuck around.
Okay.
And like, I knew that. So I knew every Wednesday when I didn't hear from him all day, that's what he was up to.
Okay.
And in my mind, I'd be like, yeah, I can't love this.
Right.
Like in my mind,
you're trying to protect yourself.
My mind would never allow me to literally think we were a relationship. To me, it was like we were cool and we was just fucking. That's what my mind would let me do. Because in my mind, it was like, okay, yeah, he treats me like the number one. Yeah, he does all this for me. It just didn't feel organic to me as far as like something I could build with the person. We were building things in a way that I look for in relationships now, but no, I don't think I would ever do it again. And I think the only thing I learned from it is like I learned that you can never control somebody. So when someone, for example, now from being in 2 open relationships, when a man tells me I like doo-doo-doo, I don't go, oh, he just saying that. Now I'm like, oh, this is exactly what the fuck is going on here. So if I can't roll with that, then I'm just not gonna roll with that.
Okay.
So,
and that brings us to the next part of what men, like we've been noticing a lot about men doing recently, is that they be like, yeah, so I don't want a relationship, but I do want to talk to you every day. I want to sleep over at your house every day. I want you to cook and clean and hold hands with me and not talk to anyone else when we're out together, but I don't want to be your boyfriend. Hello, that is a relationship. You don't get all those feelings. You don't get that time and attention from us. If you want to be just a fuck buddy, then it's, hey, at midnight, hey, you want to come over and fuck? Cool, peace out, get out of my house when we're done. Like, high five. Good job, team member.
I hate to say this, but that's a fuck boy.
Yeah.
And like, I know that some men don't like that term because they get mad when they get called that, but I've had several just fucking relationships, and those men knew what that was, and they kept it what that was.
That's fine. If you wanted to just have a fuck buddy, that's totally fine. But like I said, text me after midnight. Don't expect to sleep over. Don't be like saying things that, like cutesy and holding hands and stuff like that, because those special things are reserved for a relationship, someone you have real feelings for.
For example, like I feel like some guys that do that, I'm so sorry. If you get murdered, I mean, you wanted it. The show Snapped is not, they don't have to cast. They don't have to cast for that.
They don't got to write for that. Okay, this is real shit.
To me, I feel like also men are always concerned about women being crazy. So to me, when you know that, why would you even want to put yourself in the position?
Right.
So I think when certain men are too much, and they're like talking to you every day, and they're texting you every day, and they're concerned about who you with, and all that, it's, to me, you either have codependency issues
or commitment issues.
I don't think it's commitment issues.
Well, if you're gonna be talking to someone every single day and then be like, but I still don't want to be a man, that's some commitment issues.
It's called I'm baby boy. And I don't want to have responsibility. Why men great till they gotta be great? Okay. And unfortunately, that is a very cool line. Thanks, Lizzo.
Thank you very much.
Because it's true. Men, a lot of them do want relationships. They just don't want the responsibility of it. Mm-hmm. And like, I think that's what a lot of guys try to like put you in a box. and be like, I want her, but I don't want to be responsible for the fact that I have to actually man up because maybe they're not in a position to man up and they don't want to admit it, or maybe they're not trying to really man up. That's the way I see it.
I mean, then that's totally fine. And there could be women out there too who say that they don't want a relationship. But I feel like when we say we don't want a relationship,
we just don't want to be with you.
Yeah. It's true. But like the whole
because when we say we working on our career, we just not trying to talk to you.
Sorry.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well. So
I mean, communication is key and everything. It's fine. Like you can be open and honest and say, I just want to fuck buddy, or I'm in an open relationship. I'm not trying to catch feelings. Or I mean, I think that's the whole point.
If you get shot,
that's on you.
I'm just saying, you put yourself in the drive-by position. I don't see, like, I just don't, and I don't. I've had several guys try to do that with me, and I think it's funny because I don't appear like the type that would even work with. So usually to me, when they do it, I'm always like, they setting themselves up. Why is he setting himself up? Because I've had a guy in my life that we were supposed to be just kicking it. He ended up being my boyfriend later, and then going crazy later, and then ask him where his cell phone is. Is it off the balcony?
Ooh. Wow. Okay.
I can go ahead and go ahead. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But that's a wild okay moment for me though, because I feel like most guys you're putting yourself in certain positions. The same way with women, when it's like you see that he's not acting right, and you see that he's not shit, you're putting yourself in a position to continue to deal with that shit.
Right. Because I feel like at least before, a lot of women, like, we'd be with men who'd be like, oh, I don't want to be in a relationship. And so women, we would have a tendency to kind of wait around and be like, okay, well,
right. Everybody's been in that point at some point.
Right, exactly. Well, like, they'll change their mind, But now, and then of course they don't, and you get hurt. So I think now we've come to the place where we're like, you know, if you say you don't want to be in a relationship, then we're going to stop ourselves from catching those feelings. Exactly. We're going to stop. We're not going to give you the hand holding and the kissing and the, like, sleeping over and the intimacy because we're not trying to get hurt anymore.
Or I got another nigga. Okay?
True.
Back up, Darnell. It's
you
stupid.
said you didn't want commitment, so I got me somebody else too.
First of all, I done been through enough shit where now it's like puzzles. Some of these dudes be saying all this stuff to me, and I be like, okay, you said that already. And they be like, oh, you catching feelings already. As soon as you walk out of my door, hello, yeah. Get your ass out of here. Because nobody had time for that. And you said you didn't want a relationship with me. So
like, okay, y'all, you can't have your cake and eat it too. I'm sorry, okay, you guys. If you don't want a relationship, then this is what you get.
I don't even eat carbs. I don't even need cake. I'm gonna have my salad and eat all the other shit too.
I have my gluten-free cake, okay?
I just think it's supremely unfair to even think that that's fair to do to someone.
Yeah, men.
I don't think it's
using
fair.
them.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And if you don't, it's the truth here. If you don't want to accept the fact that, I told someone this last night, you paint the picture. It's like when you go into a job interview and they ask you what your skills are and you tell them what they are. And they can, at that point, decide where to put you and where you should be paid.
Right.
Based off your experience. So if a man come to you and say, I don't want a relationship, I just want to hang out.
Cool.
Okay.
This is where you gonna be working in the kitchen or whatever.
You ain't getting no more than that,
right? You're not gonna be a server. I'm gonna put you where you're gonna like.
So don't ask for a raise when you said that you was only offering XYZ. Scram. And I don't have time for this. Sometimes I think when guys do that, it's also like a test. They try to see how far they could push you. Or I feel like it's just you broken. You a broken man and you just need attention now. Mm-hmm. I don't know how many men I've had that with. I've had dudes actually say that to my face, like. They be like, dang, I want a girl like you to be going crazy over me. Huh? No, you don't, because...
Yeah, why do you want anyone to be going crazy? Like, don't...
That whole... That baby boy mentality is insane. And I think that's why now I feel like, why do men feel like they need more than one woman? You could barely deal with the one you have.
Right.
Why do you need a sister, mother, wife, or whatever that is? When you can barely deal with the one girl you have.
Respect. I feel like
I don't think that if you the type of man that can handle having two women and you have,
and you're treating them both very well. Yeah, and
the crib.
You're treating them both with kindness and respect and love.
Then
okay,
cool. But if you a basic dude out here and you trying to gamble, no, just have several seats.
I'm done with that. With men being like, I don't want a relationship, and then they get all like mad that you talking to somebody else, and it's like.
Okay, let me just say this too. I do believe, since we're not gonna just bash men the whole time.
No, okay, of course, yes.
I feel like I do believe too. Now, I could be wrong. Please chime in and leave comments.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think women necessarily ever really want to cheat. Kill me if you want. I think that men drive us to being certain types.
Okay, that's interesting because we've talked about this before. You said that you have cheated before.
I was raised by the best.
Okay. So, but
which brings me to what I was going to say. Everyone says this. Okay. Steve Harvey has a daughter named Lori Harvey.
Okay.
Everyone, which bothers me about it, she's freaking stunning. Okay. And everybody's like, oh, she's a whore. She dates all the celebrities and she's always online showing all her gifts. Everything she gets, from cars to bags to furs to watches.
Why does that mean she's a whore?
She dated Diddy's son and then dated Diddy. Okay? That's a badass bitch.
Wow. Okay. Yes.
And in my mind, I think she is the epitome of the woman of 2020.
She ain't a whore. She hustling.
It ain't even a hustle. First of all, Steve Harvey came out with a book called, what is it called? Think Like a Man, Think Like a Man.
And I don't know, something like that.
I was like, he didn't read this bedtime story to this bitch from the beginning of the time, and she ready. And her mother, now, this is quote unquote for me, but her mother is stunning, and everyone says her mother is an old school hoe. But I'm like, is she? Because from her credentials, she just don't mess with busted niggas. She only mess with people with paper. So she raised her daughter to know that, which a lot of times, that's how it usually is. Your mother prepares you for how you are with men. And for me, I've always been the type that I don't really get stuck on shit quick. I'm always like, okay, I like him, but let me see what's popping over here. I've always been set up like that. I've always had like a very rapidly indecisive mind, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And I think someone told me last night, and I'll take that in consideration. They was like, you carry that a lot. That's why you get dudes that's like that. You carrying the energy of how you are. You're
indecisive. Well, that's funny because I'm not indecisive. Like when I like someone, I like someone. I catch feelings and I catch them hard. And even though I have a logical mind about it, like I know that this shouldn't be working out and it's not the right time and yada yada, but like that, my heart won't be online with that. Now, I'm not indecisive like that, but all the guys that I end up attracting, they are indecisive. They're just like, you know.
Right. And I told someone that last night. I was like, my roommate is completely different than me, and she attracted the XYZ, so you can't really say that it's me who's attracted, blah, blah, blah. No, I just believe that, because men will say this, oh, I hate when I meet women that are just only chasing money, but you flashing that little look. You trying to be out here trying to be that money guy to get women's attention.
Mm-hmm.
So what are we doing here? So is it always supposed to be about y'all? Are you supposed to always be the pursuer and we just get pursued and then be like, oh man, game over? Right. No. When do we get a chance to be like, oh, he pursuing, let me go ahead and see what I can come up off of? It's a two-way thing. And I feel like, again, just like how someone told me yesterday, that I'm carrying the energy of what I pursue. Men carry that too. If you're carrying the energy of you just out here trying to get bitches, you ain't gonna find no good girl.
Right, that's true.
With your goofy ass.
You can't be complaining about it. Yeah,
you can't be out here being a fuck nigga and trying to find a good girl, because you're gonna find some other shit. To me, and it's like, and when men do get a good woman and they fuck her over, what do you expect her to do?
Mm-hmm. And then that goes to the next point that I wanted to make. If men and women, if you fuck anyone over, they're gonna take that with them to the next place that they go, right? So
the bar always get raised on my point. Right. Every time my heart get broken, I be like, I ain't never gonna date another. Every time I get my heart broken, it goes up higher.
But it's funny though, because that means that's gonna leave a taste in their mouth, right? So like men, I've been hearing so much, especially from men in LA, that they're like, I'm sick of women who are only out here trying to get, you know, free meals and free drinks and stuff like that, trying to get it. Okay, but that's because y'all have fucked over so many women that women are tired of getting fucked over, cheated on, treated unfairly, not treated right, all this stuff. So then all they want to be like, fine, if we gonna be fucked over, then at least let me get something from it now. That's where the women mindset.
Yeah, I don't even believe that's even realistic, because
that's why that's
men,
why
when they take you out to eat, how some men think now, they assume that you automatically should be giving something to them. So
I think they've been thinking that
ain't even trying to fuck you. She just trying to go meet you and eat. It ain't even about a free meal. I mean, you ain't your man.
Courting doesn't even exist anymore. Like back in the day, like men would like take their time and effort to like go and meet a woman.
And why y'all doing all that? Why you taking your time to be shitty?
Well, I don't think back then they really were. But again,
yes,
they didn't have enough connections with
you
women.
saw the movie Ray. He was a blind shitty nigga. That nigga was grabbing wrists.
But he was always
a blind fuck boy. I'm tagged. I can't even.
The more options you have, I guess, the more the less effort you put in. And so I feel like the effort is gone, you know, on men's and women's. Like no one
let me ask
time and
effort
into these relationships.
I want to know this from everyone. Do you think, Ava, that you can be with one person for the rest of your life? Like one person, one sexual partner, one person for the rest of your life?
Wow, okay. I feel like we asked that before and I still don't even know if I have an answer. I used to when I was young. I used to think that, you know, maybe I could be, but I mean, to be honest, maybe I could later on in my life, because, you know, later on in my life is coming to the end of my life. So forever won't seem like that long.
Answer does, she still don't know. She's like, maybe in the later on in my life.
I guess, yes. Okay, in my romantic side wants to be like, yes, I will find that one and I love being with them. But then my logical side is probably like, yeah, but you know you're going to try to have some threesomes with them, or like be like, hey, so I'm going to step out.
I don't think I want to ever be a part of the threesome shit anymore. Because
wasn't your ex trying to do something like that though?
We were planning it, but it got messy. And I think that it becomes, whether or not people want to admit it, people get jealous, whether one person likes the other person or the other person feels like you're talking to this person more. I feel like I don't know how I view that anymore. It's very intriguing and it seems very fun, but I think if you want to build something with someone, that necessarily is not how you do it. I mean, who knows? I mean, I just think now I would really need to really feel like we are very in tune, and that takes a lot of time.
Mm-hmm.
I think you have to be on the same path and wavelength to be able to do that.
So wait, so do you think that you can be with someone for the rest of your life?
With the way that my career is going, yes. Because I could get into what I'm doing. I can get into what I'm doing. I can get into what I'm doing with my career and be satisfied with that. Because I really do. Like recently, this is the new me going into 2020. Recently, I was like really honest with myself, being like, I enjoy my space. I enjoy what I do in my career. Mm-hmm. I enjoy making goals for myself. I'm happy with that. I don't necessarily need attention from someone consistently. And I literally told somebody that last night. I was like, and they looked at me side-eye when I said, I would get a house because I'm going to need the house to be big enough to never see my husband for a day or two. And they were like, what? And I was like, I literally don't like people a lot.
Right.
I was like, no one knows this about me. But when I'm at comedy clubs, sometimes I go in the bathroom, and if no one's in there, I stand in the mirror and I go, wow. Okay, we've been talking a lot. I mean, how much more do you think they need? Do you think we can leave now? And I'm always like, no, you got to stop this. You got to try to keep talking. And I'm like, we can't do this. I have a full dead ass conversation with myself on trying to keep going.
She's not a sociable person. Who would have guessed it?
I need breaks. I mean, really do.
I think that is a very important thing.
And I've learned this recently because it's almost like getting to know yourself could be weird. Let me tell you. Sometimes you can learn shit where there's been times I've learned things about myself throughout, because we're moving into a new decade. I learned so much before 2020 gets here that there have been times I'm like, I don't even like me. She sucks. Like, if you can get to that point in your life, that's when you're really getting somewhere with you.
Wow.
Like, I like myself a lot now, but I have moments where I'm like, I can't fucking stand you. You're fucking a lot, and you have to go through that in order to really get to know you, to be able to be fully be confident to say to somebody at a table, like, I need a big house to stay away from niggas. Like, I think I could be with one person because I don't know if I really like to talk to people a lot.
So the only reason she didn't even talk about soulmates or nothing like that. She just like
well, it has. I don't believe in soulmates.
I do. Not necessarily, but I don't.
So you mean to tell me you think there's one person out there? What if he don't even live in America?
That's what I'm saying. I'm not done with my sentence. I do believe in soulmates, but I don't think that soulmates doesn't necessarily mean it's just one specific person. Like soulmates, if you want to get into it, I used to be. I have a degree in psychology and philosophy, and this one philosopher had said that. This was in metaphysics. Oh my God, that like soulmates can be someone who you shared even one atom with in a past life. Let's say, all matter is, we are all made up of atoms, and when you die, you know, those atoms still exist. They're just like, they are turned into different things. So like you can go back into the earth and stuff like that. So you could have been a leaf on a plant with somebody, and then, you know, and one atom within that leaf is now in another body, and it's in your body, and that could be a technical soulmate. That's cool. You could have more than one person. Now you can also just have like soulmates in the sense that, like, you know, you were connected through a karmic past, and you know each other for forever. But
I read about that.
Right, but that means that there could be more than one, and sometimes soulmates can also be people who you're not like in a romantic relationship with. Now, if you want to get into it, there's like twin flames. Now there's supposed to be only twin flames. Is supposed to be like your soulmate times 1,000,000. Like that's only one of one. It's like when you're one soul in two different bodies. I don't know necessarily if that exists, and that could exist, but yeah, you're right. If they're in Europe and you never meet them in your whole life, that would suck to be like, well, they're out there, but
let me go ahead and say that I think I met my twin flame, and I'm over it. I want to cancel.
Well, if you don't like yourself,
I just think that what I've realized, because I never believed in any of this stuff. And it's wild to me. I was engaged, and that was probably the hardest heartbreak I've ever had. You know, you go through it, being engaged, and we were engaged for like 6 years. We were together for 6 years. We were engaged for a year. Sorry, I mean, I made it put it that way. But that breakup was hard. But you go through that and you move on from it. Oh my God, this person that I've been told that is my twin flame. What the fuck? No. And because we've broken up before.
The twin flame one, mind you, guys, is not her ex-fiance. It's somebody else after.
Right. Okay, sorry. I didn't say that. But what is it? I don't like it. Because I literally feel like we've broken up before. And we even, like, it has come to a point where we cannot, it's just, I hate it. We've broken up before. And I'll be happy elsewhere. He'll be happy elsewhere. We'll meet people that work for us, but we will not. It just
get over each other.
It's insane. And then even this year alone, we literally, I don't know where we were, but we were talking. He was like, I don't know why I'm so fucking connected to you. And I was like, I hate you. And he was like, exactly. But it is always like that. And I don't know. Years can go by. Years can go by. And I could literally have the greatest man of all time in my life, and it will be like, fine. This motherfucker goes nowhere. Nowhere. I could jog. I could work out. I can manifest. He doesn't leave. It's like, I don't know if that's necessarily even a twin flame.
Well, yeah, but here's the thing.
What is it? Is it the one that leaves?
Twin flame.
I don't want it.
But remember, just because there might be soulmates or twin flames out there doesn't mean that you are necessarily destined to be with them.
Well, no.
If it is one soul in two different bodies, your body could be meant to progress and, you know, get to a better karmic cycle. But his
who do I
need
to call to find the end? Because I am over it.
You need to call the universe and be like, yeah, so
I'm cool.
That was not fun.
I actually don't even, and it's weird because now, as this growth that I've had, I'm not even interested in even dating this person. But I'm like, but why is he still?
Why is your heart still connected? Well, I don't know if we can get into that. That's interesting. But I will go back to the whole living in a house and having enough space. I think it is very important in this day and age to make relationships work. You need to, if you're going to be with someone for the rest of your life or even for a really long time, I think that missing them is a very important thing. And
right, because you have a big house.
So yeah, you have a big house, or luckily for like we're in the entertainment industry, so you know our work's gonna be taking us. You know, we'll be on set, take us out of.
Well, the way the entertainer's life goes, it isn't like I'm ever gonna get married. I'm gonna be getting divorced.
No, but you could. But that's good because like missing someone is healthy. If you spend every single waking moment with them, then you get too comfortable with them. You start not even necessarily resenting them, but you won't take them. You take them for granted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you're first dating someone and you don't get to see them all the time, you really appreciate and cherish that time that you do get to spend with them. And so that's why like a lot of times long-term relationships break down is because then you're not missing them anymore. You're not having this time. So I think even if you aren't in an industry where, you know, your work is taking you out of the same space as them, you need to have space outside of each other.
Absolutely.
So that you can be like, wow, you know, I live with this person, but I miss them right now. I really want to, you know.
I also think that it's very important to take breaks because we all change and grow as people.
Mm-hmm.
And I think when you change and grow in relationships, sometimes it's really difficult because I feel like growing pains are hard for anybody. Like, for example, if you're having a depressed month or year, how do you deal with the person next to you? You know what I'm saying?
Do you leave them or do you help them and do you work it? Yeah.
I mean, that doesn't even matter though. Like, let's just say you lose your job and now the other person has to hold up the whole end and you're like depressed, or let's just say you lose your baby or you lose your mom, or the things that happen to people in their life affects you. Are you strong enough to deal with this new version of your partner?
Right. That's very important. Yeah, I think that the only way that relationships will truly can work is if you grow together. If one person's growing and the other one's not, that's when things break down, and that's kind of what happened with you and your twin friend.
I don't even know if I want to call him a twin flame. It's the twin devil. I need answers.
Because it's not going to work if one person is trying to better themselves, but the other one isn't. And yeah, you guys. Life is not always going to be easy. I have someone, one of my friends was telling me like, you know, I have this ex coming back into my life and they're telling me how much they love where I am now. And you know, they're so attracted to me now. This is my friend saying this, and they want to get back together. And I was like, yeah, but the only reason they're attracted to you now is because you're in a good place. Like, life isn't always, you're not always going to be in a good place in life. And like, y'all went through bad places together and it didn't work out, which means that is like, if you were to get back together, you're going to go through hard times again. And you've already been there in the hard times. It's not going to work out. You need to be with someone for the good and the bad. When people have those marriage vows, I know it sounds ridiculous, but it's true. You need to be able to be like to support people. And also you need to let people support you too. A lot of the time. Do you believe
that you couldn't grow separately, learn, because that happens sometimes, and then come back together? Do you not believe it?
In my experience, it's never worked out. We've grown separately, and then every time we come back, we both revert back to the people we were when we were together.
Yeah, okay.
It's very hard. Yeah, it's very hard to go back and pretend like it's new.
I think, okay, this is what I think. I think if the bond is great and you guys have a lot in common and there were things that were really solid between the couple and you go off and you learn more about yourself, I think it's possible to come back if
yeah, okay, so yeah, and I had said this in another one of our episodes. If you leave the relationship in a good place, in good standing, and
I don't necessarily think it has to be a good place, because what if you weren't in a good space of who you were at the time?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It needs to be in a good space, because like in my
you think so?
Because yeah, I have left relationships and had relationships, and because either I or them were in a bad space, and so we left to grow and we got better, but then when we came back, because it was left in a bad space, those issues still came back up. And the same way, like how I was trying to say before, a relationship, the way that you have to keep a relationship working when you're going through those hard times, you need to support your partner and also let them support you. If you're with somebody who blocks you out and shuts you out,
to be able to do that yet?
That's fine. But I'm saying when you end up, you cannot be in that position and then grow on your own and with somebody else become, open that gate. But when you go back with them, there's always this thing, and that's actually, it's in psychology, how you revert back to who you were then.
I don't know. I believe that. I don't know.
Well, hold up. Okay, so you've done the whole. We've both done the broken up, got back together game.
Yeah, but I don't want to use that as an example because I don't feel like that was enough time. I feel like
well, there's two different times because it was like 2 years ago when you first met.
Right. Okay, that's true. And I feel like the second time was so much better.
Was better, but
so
then when you
better.
started having issues again,
well, we're not gonna get into all that, but both parties had their own demons that weren't fully what is a great word to
exercise
or not even just we haven't come to the terms with that with self. I think that it was better on who we were to each other that second time around. I think we had grown and learned more about ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
But
so why do you think it didn't work out?
There was still more work to do.
Mm-hmm. So do you think that
there was still more work to do?
Do you think that if you both now that you're separate, do you think if you both put that work in, you'd be able to come together a third time and make it work? Because remind you, there's always going to be new demons. I think, there's always going to be new demons.
Yeah, I think that is very true. I think that if we really wanted it, yes. But for me, is you never forget. You forgive, but you never forget.
And that's what I was saying.
So that's a problem.
That's what I was saying. But even if you grow separately and you get back together, you never forget.
If you want it, it will be though. I don't, because to me, I look at it like, okay, just how people go, oh, I'm a Cancer, or I'm a such and such, we can't work. No. Wasn't nobody doing that. You think motherfuckers was out in the motherfucking 20s being like, that bitch a Cancer. I ain't gonna be able to marry her. That's not what was happening. We just on some fuck shit now. I feel like
I disagree, but okay.
If you want something to work, it can work. The same thing is with a career or a job or a weight loss situation or whatever you want to do with a goal. If you want it to work, it will work. If you put the effort in anything, it will work.
I'm gonna put a pin in that and say I disagree sadly in the fact that yes, if it's like a job or weight loss or something like that, if you want it to work, you can make it work. But because that's only you making it work, you can't ever force another. Yeah, true, as another person. Because like
no, not just you.
Right.
No,
that's one person in a team.
That's not good.
Okay.
I mean that if both because it has to be both parties
right,
because
exactly.
You can't be chasing after one. No, I feel like if both parties really felt like this was a great thing and they just couldn't forget about each other. And they separated for so much growth and separated for so much time. And they really wanted it to work. And both parties were really willing to compromise. Because that's really all our relationship is compromise and communication. So if you come back and you're like, okay, yeah, this is what I remember. They got on my nerves, but I'm willing to compromise and communicate
right.
and set these boundaries. And we're both on the same page. I think that it could work. That's just me.
Yeah. So how to keep relationships? Let's talk about how do you think you can keep relationships working? First, foremost,
you got to be on the same page. Step one,
be on the same page, and that comes with communication. Always.
And you can't be on some old right now. I'm not trying to be in a relationship.
Yeah, figure yourself out first. What do you really want? And then go and do it like that. Because I can't stand when people are like, I don't want a relationship, but now I'm catching feelings. Or I do want a relationship, but now I'm not. Like, yeah, figure out what your heart wants. And then also remember, people, like, hearts and feelings change. It's okay to go into a relationship being like, I don't want a relationship right now. But then you catch feelings. And then you're allowed to be like, hey, so I know I didn't feel that way before, but like, I really like you and I'd like to try this.
Communicate that, though.
Yeah, communicate.
Also, don't assume that your actions, the other person's going to pick up on.
Yes, exactly.
I don't like when people do certain things and be like, "Well, you saw how I was."
No,
huh? You didn't physically say
it, yeah,
out loud. I mean, even if you need to send a letter or a text,
yeah,
I think
we ain't mind readers yet,
right?
Okay,
verbal conversation is so important for relationships, and let me tell you a good while okay moment for me.
And the sex has to be good.
Always important. Always important. If you get, listen, I've had some great guys in my life where you like, he is a catch, girl. He's smart, he's tall, he had a job.
Why didn't it work out? I wonder.
His dig is not the move. And you like, dang, now I got a friend zone him because he don't. Wow, okay. Thanks, universe. Once again, you always gotta be like, plot twist. I swear, like I've had a lot of guys that I'll be like, oh my God, he is so nice and he's cute and this could work. and you get into him, and then the sex situation happened. You like, so the universe is on that bullshit again. Like they like, what you gonna do, bitch?
That's funny because I've ever had one bad sexual experience with someone, then my feelings are just gone.
I give chances. I have had dudes in my life where I'm like, all right, I'm gonna let him be on a third try.
Wow, third try, bitch.
I'm out. Well, first of all,
two for sure.
Here's the thing: I'm sitting here as fine as I am as a queen. Niggas be getting mad nervous with me. They do. I'm like a bitch out of a magazine. Not to be cocky, but I'm cocky right now.
And she's actually been in magazines, so.
So when they finally take all my clothes off, they like, I did it.
Oh, okay.
And then they like, oh my God, I did it. And then they be like, oh my God, I did it. And then I'm in the room like, what do you mean? So yeah.
You know, that's funny. Okay, so I've had kind of the opposite experience, and it's not that I haven't been in a magazine yet, but that's not.
It ain't even about being in a magazine.
But I'm saying this. So
some of y'all
also
just need
men and women. I hope women and out there doing this, but I want to make sure y'all know this. Appreciate every woman's body, no matter what she's coming with. I can't stand it when men be like, "Oh, I wish your titties were bigger." Okay, then walk out the door and find somebody who has titties bigger. Like, are you kidding? Or I really like big asses. Can you work on your ass, nigga? I like big dicks, but I'm not telling you to go out and try to get a surgery. Like, you need to appreciate.
Ain't nobody ever said that to me because I'm rude. I will say some fucking shit.
See, I'm nice, so I just sit there and smile pretty with but you ain't ever gonna hear from me again. That's for sure. But if you're go after what you're interested in and then appreciate them for who they are, because it's not like they're,
I had one try me with trying to like whatever he was trying to do, my little twin flame, but that's how we would fight. Cause it would be like, he would say he would try to throw jabs and I'd be like, ha, nigga, you know I'm about to get with you. And then I would say something and he would be like, and I'd be like, and I got more.
I know. I just don't understand how anybody thinks it's okay. I mean, like,
some people are like that,
no, but we over here, we like to roast people. That's fine.
I don't actually.
Okay, you just.
I feel like that.
We'll do jabs.
If you come for me, I have a good saying. Don't come around here throwing rocks, because a bitch like me ain't gonna pick up a rock. I'm gonna pick up a brick. Okay, cool. I don't play fair.
But all right, so we joke around. That's what I'm saying. We like to joke around with people, and
I usually don't fuck with dudes. In our
friend group and stuff like that. We like to joke. We funny people. We joke around with people. That's fine. And being a comedian, that makes sense. And being a funny person is always good. It brings laughs to life. Fine, but nobody should ever make jokes about other people's bodies, especially if you were sharing your bed and you're being intimate with them. I don't understand. Like, those are things that you're just like. Didn't your mama teach you, like, it's already, like, talking about genitals is already, like, it's such small, like, treading water. Don't ever be like, yeah, so, like, I wish this was bigger or that was smaller. Because, for one, I'm going to tell you right now, women are always thinking things that we're not saying out loud because we're not trying to be rude. But don't just, like, again, appreciate whatever body you're with, because if you don't want it, then go find someone else. And if you say something negative to us, then we gonna find somebody else. Like, that's just step one of keeping a good relationship.
Everyone can always find someone else.
Exactly. So everyone can always find someone else. Can I say that one more time? Everyone
can always
find someone else.
And that's why I feel as if when a man is not trying to be in a relationship, and they're just hanging out with you and they're like trying to act like whatever, it's like, go find someone else that suits what you're looking for.
Exactly. If I'm not,
why are you?
Then go.
I've had guys that don't want to be in a relationship and and you're like, cool, because I could deal with that. Again, like I just said, I need a big house to stay away from you motherfuckers. So I honestly, that's one of the things and you know what, we're running out of time, and I'm gonna say this. I do believe that I think that is one of the things with people in general that blows my freaking mind. I am self-sufficient in what I'm doing with my life and my career. I feel like I said earlier, I did a lot of, before this decade changes, I did a lot of self-work where I even got to a point where I didn't like myself one year. And that was very, very difficult to live with in self and not like self. It's weird. But I've learned throughout that time from working that out that I am very self-sufficient. Mm-hmm. And I am okay with being alone. And I'm okay with just doing my career. And I'm okay with just working out and just all that stuff. So when men say things like, oh, hey, I don't want to be in a relationship, I'm just looking to hang out. And I say, okay, I really am cool with that. So when you go too far and you're consistently hitting me up, and you're consistently trying to hang out, and you're consistently trying to spend your weekends with me every weekend. My twin flame or whatever that was, before we became a couple, that is what it was with him. And it was so crazy to me. It would be like, he said that, and I'd be like, cool. I would literally come to his house and be like, yeah, I just left such and such house. And he would be ready to jump off a bridge. And I'd be like, but why? You don't want to be with me. We're just cool. I should be able to come over here and talk about what happened in my date last night, and you should be able to tell me about that, about yours too. And then we should be able to go to happy hour, high five, and do what we do. Because guess what? I'm just here for your fun and pleasure. I'm not here for your ego. And I think that that's the problem with many people, not just men, it's women too. Everybody is into for their ego, for their confident booster. Like, they need to feel needed.
That's why people have love. They have dating apps on their phone when they're in relationships. Right. They're just trying to, and they'll be like, no, I'm not even talking to anybody. They just want their ego boosted.
There are therapists. You can Google them. You can get your shit together. That is step one. But again, it's, to me, I feel like if you are saying that you don't want it to be blue and you consistently trying to make it blue, you look stupid. You look stupid. And then when eventually someone's like, okay, because for me, I'm somebody that will be, I set boundaries now too throughout decades. Now when I see that a guy is telling me he don't want to be in a relationship, or telling me he just trying to kick it or whatever you want to, and he constantly hitting me up, and you constantly in my DMs on Instagram, and you constantly worried about who I'm you constantly worried about what's going on with me, but you don't want to be with me, I'm going to ask you now. And if you throw back at me like, nah, I'm just like this because this is how I am with women,
then you need to stop being like that with women. Like,
no, bitch, where are your other women at then? No, be like that with men. Yeah, we love the compliments and we love the special treatment, but you don't want to be with me. So where are your other women? You should have more things to do on this weekend than just hit me up. Right. Oh. And you should have more DMs to slide in than mine every 5 minutes. True. I'm just saying.
So yeah, so
I'm gonna end it there. Go on, Ava.
All right, so here we go. For the list of how to get and maintain a relationship in 2020, I'm gonna start with, yes, know what you want and act and communicate about it. Don't say you want this and act like this. Don't act like this and say this. No. Know what you want inside, and then actually act that way. That's step one.
And don't be poor and act. Don't be poor with an attitude.
And step two is definitely gonna be work for it. I'm so sick of people being like, oh, well, you know, I want a relationship, but you ain't actually putting in any effort to it. Like, if someone doesn't respond to you in an hour, that shouldn't be a thing. All right, put in time and effort, keep pursuing. And if you have a connection with someone, definitely keep pursuing it. Put in time and effort for it. Step three, when you're with somebody, cherish them. Both men and women. Cherish their bodies, cherish their personality. Always make sure they know how much you care for them, how much they have worth
and
to you.
People.
And respect them. Be kind.
Because you can learn something from everyone.
Yes.
Respect people.
Respect. Step 4, give yourself time, both of you, to miss them, because that will help you with the cherishing. That'll help you. And also, again,
and space is important. Do you have a job?
Right, yes.
Do you have anything to do?
Yes.
Because you claim you want an independent woman. Let me be independent for an hour. Okay?
And yeah, and that also goes back into this communicate. Communicate to the person how you feel about them and why they're important to you. You know what I mean? Again, like what she had said, Fatima said before, was like, actions speak loudly, but words are very important in relationships. Women love to hear it, men love to hear it. Like, I really like you, I really appreciate you, I love you for this reason, for that reason, whatever. Step 5 is going to be, look, everyone has hard times. Life is never always easy. So support your partner and be open to them supporting you too. If you shut someone out, it's going to be really hard for y'all to grow together.
And if you have issues, don't date.
Yeah, take a sideline, deal with your issues.
Because a lot of times the way you respond to people and your whole closed off, I don't want a relationship, or I'm just looking for a meal, or whatever men are doing just to fix their ego, as we go back into that's not fair to other people. And you're only creating that karma for yourself.
Exactly, because hurt people, okay? Yeah. And healers heal. So, you know, it all comes around. It all comes around.
It's full circle.
Mm-hmm.
It's full circle. And I think that, you know, it's very important that if you have issues or if you have something that triggers you or something that happened to you in the past, it's very important to know that. And if you do know that, you should be like, I shouldn't be dating anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yes. You know, like, I look at it like, okay, if you just want just sex, because everyone just, sometimes people don't want relationships and they just have needs.
Right.
That can happen. There's so many ways to do that without creating connections that can hurt the other person.
Right. And that's actually one thing that I we were talking about when we first started, how annoying it is that we got all these different words and everything going on the apps. You know, everyone's describing themselves to this. But the one thing I respect about it is that it is more open communication. I do respect the fact that people are saying, this is what works for me, and this is the situation that I am. You have a lot of people that are like saying, I just want sex, or I'm in an open relationship, or I am polyamorous, or I'm in here for the weekend. You know, it may be annoying, but I'm so much happier with it than like people just working in the shadows and cheating and stuff like that.
Right.
Because come back to full circle, and the main point is communication and compromise. Those are things that we definitely need to get back into our society. Communication and compromise, both parties. Well, you cannot
just like I said, I hated myself for a whole year and I had to work on that. Some of y'all gotta have that mirror situation.
Right, and
where you gotta admit to yourself.
Check in with yourself.
Because that's gonna make life much easier for you, because
for you and for the people around you.
Well, here's the thing: if you don't want drama in your life, don't bring drama to the other person.
There we go.
If you're carrying drama or hurt or pain or whatever that is you're carrying, and you're like, I got all these issues, but I just want to fuck. You carrying that shit to the next person.
Right. Exactly.
So now you creating some
Take a time out. Take a time out.
Okay? You know what? That's why they call self-love. It's called masturbation.
That's why they got all the porn you need. Okay?
So you don't necessarily got to go out here and ruin nobody else's life with your needs and your issues. Okay? Listen. Okay? That's the first thing you learn in your life is how to fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Come on now. Like, can I get an amen on the fucking yourself?
Okay.
Don't come out here fucking me and my life up. Shit. I don't need that. I'm serious. Because I had to learn that. And that's one of the things I swear to you, that's why now when men come to me and they say certain things now, it's a laughter to me. I don't even, you can't even laugh in their face, because then they going to take that personally. Why you laughing? That's why now I just be sitting there like, Because I went through years of being that shit that's sitting in front of me. That whole, I just want to have sex, but I don't want a relationship because I'm all fucked up and I'm bringing all that shit to the next person. That's not fair.
It's not fair.
That's not fair.
Be fair to yourself and be fair to those that you're with.
Fuck yourself.
Fuck yourself. Yes, fuck yourself good.
There you go. They got a real cool porn now. It's all, whatever you need.
They got anything you need. All right,
you need.
So yes, people, we will leave you with that. In 2020, please have communication and compromise.
Wow.
And
okay. Shit. Because y'all wilding out here.
Yes.
All right, y'all. Right. This has been another fun-ass episode of Wow Okay. We talking relationships. Please subscribe and leave us comments and let us know what you want us to talk about.
Yes, definitely. And we will have another sex episode part 2, because we know how much y'all liked it. And we got a lot more to talk about on that too.
Hey. That's my favorite shit. You can talk about fucking yourself.
Yeah. Yes, and how to do it. Ooh, what tools?
All right. Oh my God. All right, y'all.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.